hello, everybody. Welcome to our first class flight to organics live. This is our fallacy debate. Tonight's reminder: share the live and don't be jive. Throw a bean and don't be motherfucking mean. We are getting into the correlation of fallacies with race, religion, and motherfucking evolution, just to be a little bit more mysterious. So, we appreciate your time. We want to hear your opinions, break it down properly, and also, there might be a prize in store for you. Thank you, baby. Um, as far as the point system, everybody's starting at 250 points, and points will be deducted for not too many reasons, but we have a list of reasons on why they will be deducted. So you will get points deducted for information that is just factually incorrect. Points will be deducted for timing. Everybody has a minute and 15 seconds to answer. You will also be deducted if you divert the conversation. So if you cannot stay on topic, how much is being in the back of the class of my bow tie on? I'm crying. Everybody starts at 250.
Yeah,
Everybody's
everybody
starting
starts at
at
250.
250 points. So yeah, those are pretty much the reasons that you will get points deducted. The first topic that we are starting with is God versus the Big Bang. Which came first, God or the Big Bang Theory? Hey, Astro. The debate is about to start. If you would like to get in where you fit in. Who's the
Evidence
first?
support the Big
Should
Bang
I go
Theory.
with the? Are you
I
ready
got a
for me to
question
hit
real
the
We
quick,
first
going in
Renee.
button?
order. Yeah, we going.
Uh huh. Yes, Amelody.
So when you say God, are you saying God like creator of the universe or God who created us as like human beings?
Whatever God mean to you.
Whatever God
Okay,
means
okay,
to
okay.
you. So the first question, and this will be open panel. So we got y'all names down. So even if y'all drop down, and you leave out and you come back, got something to do, we'll still be keeping a tally mark of the answers and things that you guys say so that we can keep score on what it is that you said and if you got any points deducted. So the first question is, can the Big Bang Theory and the belief in God coexist? Hey, Casper. Or is that Space Ghost? Yes.
I
Hell
don't
So
yes.
know who
Hell
Casper
yeah,
is.
though. Hell yes, it could
All right,
coexist.
you
Because
you wrote the names down.
The Big
So
Bang
wait a
created
minute, we
consciousness.
raising hands, right?
Come on, no, come on, man. The Big Bang created consciousness. God is nothing but consciousness. So the Big Bang created God. So yeah, hell yeah, they could coexist.
go ahead, Jabroni.
Yeah, I agree with CJ. If I was like a sun worshiper, right, and I was to call sun my God, then yeah, because it would be both at the same time simultaneously. So yeah, I agree.
Okay, who next?
Um, I kind of want to say I don't think those. I want to say this because I want to be clear about what I'm about to say. Like I don't think those things are the same. I think God is the aspect of man, and nature is just nature. You feel me? Like the things that we give a soul to are things that we choose to give a soul to. That's how I feel. And every people got different opinions. So
Okay. Who
Anybody
next?
else? Mm-hmm.
So when we get points
Um,
deducted, do y'all tell us like we're getting points deducted right at that moment?
Nope.
No.
Is at the end like a boxing match?
Yep. Hey,
um,
Satan. Hey, subconscious. Hey, God was first. Hop up
What's
here,
up,
Slim
Sub?
John.
What's up,
We
everybody?
can't do it. We can't do it from the comments.
I
You gotta
agree,
hop up here.
I agree that the Big Bang happened first to create consciousness, um, and I do think that God can exist with that. So, I mean, I think they could be simultaneous.
First of all, not to debate your hey subconscious. I don't know if it's the same subconscious I know, but
No,
what's
you
up?
can go ahead if you wanna. If you wanna challenge something, just be mindful of how you challenge it. This is the only hint I'm going to give. Just be mindful of how you challenge it. We are recording because we are going to go over this tomorrow, and we will be awarding the winner tomorrow, and it is a prize that is associated with it. But go ahead.
I just feel like the whole concept of a divine creator came from man because we couldn't understand our world in full yet. So when you don't understand your world in full, you use something of imagination to replace it, and that's just how I personally feel about it. But hey, people could have different opinions on that.
Wait, can you repeat what you said?
I said that I believe the thing that we call God is just a way to try to understand things that we didn't fully understand yet. That's my whole thing. Like, if I didn't understand where rain came from, right? If I didn't pay attention to the sky and understood how it was made, of course, I'm going to put something of my own understanding to make it make sense to me. You get what I'm saying with that?
Right, right. I get that. Um, I think that the Big Bang was first because in order to create anything, you need time, space, and matter. Like, you know what I mean? So you can't create anything without those three things. And then within that, you know what I mean, was the creation of life and consciousness. As far as like God, when I say God, I'm not talking about. I don't even really consider it God. I consider it more of a like a creator, like you know what I mean. Because when you read more ancient texts, like beyond the Bible and the stuff we the Abrahamic style religion we read today, um, they all speak of more intelligent beings like the Anunnaki, um, and those are actually our creators, but it's we are still unaware of who their creator was. But there's lots of evidence that prove or that states just as I guess relevant as what you read in any Abrahamic style text. Matter of fact, the Abrahamic style text is a copy of books like the Enuma Elish, Book of Enoch, um, the Babylonians, the Mesopotamians. So it really leads us to believe after a certain point that the Anunnaki were our creators. So not necessarily gods, but they
Yo, what are you
created
talking
the
about?
Homo sapiens sapien.
So could you give a little bit more detail on how you came to the understanding that the Anunnaki were our higher being creators?
Because honestly, as soon as you break out of the Abrahamic style concept or philosophy of us being made out of clay and things like that, and you read things a little more pre-dynastic, like I said, like the Enuma Elish, um, you can read Dead Sea Scrolls, Book of Enoch, um, anything that came from the Samaritans, the Babylonians. Um, they actually have a pretty decent record of Anunnaki um, coming to this planet, needing to save their ecosystem, needing to find gold, to save their atmosphere, to make it like a dust to seal the hole in their ozone. But they didn't want to do all the labor because it was vigorous. So they bred with the hominins that were already here. And an Anunnaki woman actually, it was like one of the first IVF that ever took place. And unlike, well,
What
these are
does this have
scribes
to
that are
do with the
still here
question that
today.
was asked? I'm sorry. Like, are you
He just
saying
asked
that
me
they
to
can
elaborate.
coexist? But can
Yeah.
are you saying that they can coexist or they can't? I'm
Yeah, I'm
confused.
saying
Like,
that they
how
can
is?
I'm saying that they can
Oh, my bad.
coexist,
Okay.
but I'm saying they can coexist, but I know the Big Bang happened first, but as far as God, I know that we possibly have creators, and those creators, I'm not sure who their God was.
There's too many people agreeing, and that shit is whack. So I'm gonna say God was create. God was here first. Like, yes, they can coexist. God was here first. Like, you know what I mean? God created the asteroids to create the heavens and the earth. You know what I mean? So all these planets that was created, God created that. So God created the Big Bang, technically.
So okay.
What is the question? What is
So
our question?
What's up, Danny?
So the question on the floor, Troller, is
Now there was too many people agreeing.
can the Big Bang theory and the belief in God coexist? We're asking for empirical evidence. Pretty much, how does the concept of God fit into the creation of the universe?
Absolutely not. They can't coexist. See, they came out with deities and Kemet first to explain science. So they had deities for water, deities for fire, the sun god, and then they mixed them with Ra and all of this stuff. So they've been multiple different deities. And then because of astrology and the science of these deities, because we didn't have modern science at that time, where they didn't have an actual name to it, until Imhotep, that was science, creating deities, and the deities would explain natural nature. Then the deities became gods when Abrahamic belief systems, well, actually, it was other belief systems before that, but the Abrahamic belief systems a structured religion and created a god with monotheism. But the monotheism actually started in Egypt with Akhenaten, who wanted to make his father a god. But since this dude, supposed Moses guy, who's, there's no real proof of this guy ever even existing, left Egypt and created Judaism, which they became cow worshippers and all that shit. This is how God came into be. So God was just a plain science at first. And then religion came, and then religion became a governing system, meaning that it was governing multiple different states. And then they were trying to stop science from evolving. They were actually killing people for doing science. So when science got in, that's when the Big Bang theory came to be, and it was way after God. But you got to think religion was trying to stop people from doing science for generations, because
Heard that.
science science is trying to find the truth, and religion is believing that they already somehow knowing the truth, so they can't coexist. You cannot have the Big Bang theory and God people in the same place at the same time, or it's going to end in a debate. And most likely, the God people are never going to try to see, from the scientific perspective, that this world could have not even been created at all. So no, there's no way it can coexist.
Anybody else? Anybody else?
So
Hello,
God
Kente.
couldn't have
Kente.
created. Oh, my bad.
Hold on. What Kente is in the room? Kente, the fallacy debate has begun. The question on the floor is, can the Big Bang Theory and the belief in God coexist? We are asking for empirical evidence to support your claim. Everybody's starting at a point system of 250 points, and you get points deducted based on a certain scale that we are using, like diverting the conversation, using ad hominems, cursing, not, just not staying on topic or the overall topic. So pretty much you can go off of the
Okay.
basis of using how does the concept of God fit into the creation of the universe? God versus the Big Bang.
Okay. I'm gonna do a little bit more listening to follow the flow of the debate, and then I'm gonna chime in. Thanks for the rundown.
Understood. You welcome, babe. All right, go ahead, CJ. I know it all. You were about to say something.
Oh
Where
yeah, I
you
was about
at?
to say. So God didn't create the asteroids and shit. Wasn't it two asteroids that collided and made the fucking boom? Some miracle shit happened. So who created the asteroids that made this shit happen, or what created it?
Well, I was going to say the Big Bang, and that's why I started out saying that in order to create anything, the element, the math, the theory on that is space, matter, and time. You have to have those three things in order to create anything. So that's what something like the Big Bang theory would create is space, matter, and time. In order for somebody to sculpt it into something, if you believed in like monotheism, God, or whatever you believe God to be, you have to have space, matter, and time in order for that to happen. You can't create anything without those three things.
No, you
What
need
would it take?
energy, matter. You need energy to create any of those things, right? Time is not even a real thing. Time is a man-made concept. There's no such thing as time. So like time is us evaluating how we rotate around the sun. That's all time is. So time is not real. It's just relative to where you at today. Like it's 5:47 for me. I'm pretty sure it's 8:47 for a lot of people. So since it's 8:47 and it's 5:47 for me, which one is the real time? That's how
Well,
you
when I
know
say
time fake
time,
because
I
it's not
mean
even.
when I say time,
If
I mean
God
the
started
energy
creating
to
at
create.
5:47, then Eastern. I don't know really how does space have time? But this is the thing though.
No,
The reality of
I'm
it
not
is
talking about
energy.
time that way though.
Yeah, but there is
I'm
no
not
such
talking
thing as
about
time.
time
Though
like
time.
5 o'clock, 3 o'clock. I'm not talking about it like that. I'm talking about like the amount of time I would spend on creating something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the amount of energy or however you want to phrase it, the time it takes me to finish the project. You have to have that because somebody has to be doing it. So as soon as somebody
So
starts
let me
laboring,
ask you a question, about three. If you have nothing to look at, right, and there's no measurement, there's no way of measuring this, and you are infinite, how is time measured?
well, I mean,
Can I answer
are
this
you
one?
saying this in,
I'm
are
gonna
you
answer this.
saying this in relative to humans?
To a God?
Like I'm
No,
speaking
to
on.
a God. We were talking about a God, so I'm asking you a simple question. If you have nothing to monitor time off of, zero, and you're infinite, which means you're a God, you're infinite. That means you can't die. You're gonna be around forever. You have been around forever. There was no beginning. So this is the thing. This is a problem with the concept of God. God doesn't have a beginning. Therefore, there's no time in his shit.
Well,
He has no time. He's not working on any schedule. Even if he does something, there's no time to that. Time means there's a measurement there. So there's no measurement of time because there's nothing to measure to. It's just an existence of some being
Hum-
that doesn't even exist
Us
because
humans,
he made something out of nothing. So he would have to be nothing.
no, but that means
as
what you're
humans,
saying
we
for me
measure
to agree
time
to
in
it,
moments, not time. We measure time in
right? In
moments.
moments. But what I'm saying is, in order for me to say, yeah, God's infinite and all these things, I would have to ascribe to that theory. I don't think that. I really think like we were just
We don't
created
measure time
by
in moments.
a higher intelligence.
We
We
Okay,
measure
we
so
time by
definitely
nature.
measure time outside of moments because seconds, minutes, hours, nanoseconds, milliseconds, all of those things exist. Those aren't moments; those
They
are
do.
literal measurements, like how Chola said. So it's
so
They're
can I
impossible
get
to
a
measurements.
say
show? Can I get
we
a show
only
of
measure
hands?
time in moments because you can refer to a specific number correlating with a second, minute, hour, day to signify something.
Mhm. Okay, so can I get a show of hands on those, or you could just say I, those that believe that God created the universe, God came first. So would that be Amedadale,
No, I
CJ?
think the Big Bang happened first.
Okay, okay, Amedadale thinks the Big Bang happened first.
Are you
Uh,
guys acting theoretical, or are you saying like in actuality? Because God came before the Big Bang theory, like the theory of God, and then the Big Bang.
Well,
Both of them are
there's
theories. So God came first. So I'm gonna raise
well,
my hand
that's
for God first. Then.
okay. Trollers with God first. CJ's with God first.
First.
Kente, are you with God first?
Yes.
Okay, God first. Okay, so we
I'm
got
thinking the same.
um
God first.
okay, and Funky's with God first. And we have so far one universe. All right, so